Well, good morning, Ags. How are y'all? Everybody cool? All right, we have visitors, so show your professional courtesy to visitors, please. Remove your caps. You got that? Edgar. So, come on, guys. Caps off, all right? We'll try to treat our visitors with respect. Come on. Get it? Come on. You can do that for us. Oh, your hair looks fabulous. Good job. All right. This is something unusual that you only get here in the Western Agri-Food Sales Program, but we think it's really fabulous. So, Graham Weston, who you know has been the benefactor to make our program work, decided that a way to spin his philanthropic side, he really couldn't just do it individually, so he created what's called the 80-20 Foundation. If you haven't run across the idea of 80-20 so far, Graham Weston, I don't know, when did he start doing this? Maybe 10 years or so ago, you realize that 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people. You'll find that your customers, 20% of them do 80% of your business. So there's kind of a rule that you're going to run across a lot when you get in a professional situation called the 80-20 situation, all right? So the 80-20 Foundation is, so he wants to put his philanthropic money, he wants to put it places that will do the most good. So he wants to do a lot of good with the small amount of money he possibly can. Okay, so that's what started this. And the organization itself is probably, how long have you held 80-20 is yet?
2007.
Yeah, so it's 12 years old already. Okay, so it's been around for a little while, and he starts to filter more and more money through it. These are part of the staff people of 80-20. So you have Anna, Anna on that side, Anna Kirkwood. Okay, and I have to be sure I get this right now. Anna Kirkwood is the outreach manager. And Tu Nguyen, she is the program manager. Should I do the other way around? Who's boss? Who's boss? She's the boss. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it backwards. I'm in trouble already. Okay. So Tu and Anna are with us to talk a little bit about a program within the 80-20 Foundation. Okay, so Weston puts money into this foundation, which then funds the 80-20 Foundation. And one of their programs is called the Students in Startup 2020. So what that means for 2020, they have an internship program. And several years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, maybe more than that already, Graham Weston tried to hire somebody into San Antonio. It was I think a California technical person, but I don't remember for sure. Anyway, and they said, man, I'd love to come and work for you, but I'm not living in San Antonio, Texas. And Graham Weston took that very personal. How many San Antonio people we got in here? Yeah, we got several, okay? So when you see San Antonio people, all right? So Graham Weston sort of went on this, I don't know exactly what you call it, rampage maybe almost, an outreach program. He said, look, we're going to make San Antonio, downtown particularly, and for some of you who are from San Antonio, you've seen the downtown, big change, the old Frost Bank building has been completely retrofitted, and that holds Geekdom. And Geekdom is the place where all these technology startups live. Okay? And as technology startups, they're doing all kinds of things. Okay? All kinds of anything that's got something to do with any kind of technology. And so they live in there. And the cool thing is in this business, in the first floor, if you're just starting up and you want to just rent a spot in a business, in a table in there, and you get some support and people would answer the phone and whatever for you. And that's all you get. It's really inexpensive. If you decide you're doing pretty good, you get a partner. If 2 of you want to start a firm, you move to the second floor. And if you get partners and you want to have a 4-person office, you move to the next floor. And you keep moving up until on the top floor, you can have up to 10 people in your offices, your building, your business, okay? When you go over 10, they kick you out of the building. But they don't really kick you out because they own several properties. 80-20 Foundation, Weston Urban owns several places downtown that you get to work. And that's where the startups move out, and that's where people will go that work in this program. Okay? This is an internship program like really none other I've ever known. What's cool about it is they're going to match you with some firm in downtown San Antonio. And of course, what they're hoping to do is have you stay in San Antonio. Okay? You have housing in downtown, you have coffee shops in downtown, Young people can have a lot of fun in downtown. Is that, what do you say, places to drink?
Places to drink.
To drink. So, I don't know, I guess Cokes and sodas.
Topo Chicos.
Topo Chicos, okay, cool. Which Cody's here, that's all she drinks most of the time. Anyway, it's really fun, and it's like really exciting in right downtown San Antonio. And so a lot of times Texans go San Antonio because a lot of Texans haven't really been informed about how hot downtown San Antonio really is. These two young people are going to tell you about how much fun it is and what's like in their program. Okay? So you're going to use a speaker analysis sheet like you always do. Okay? So you're going to keep track of the main things that they tell you for your attendance today. All right? Be sure to ask questions. That's how you get extra credit, as always. We will have a luncheon today at 12:30 in room 209. Okay? So Lainey's cooking today. She's cooking Italian today. Is that right? Italian burrito. So Lainey always takes care of all the activities like that. She's got Johnny Carino's coming in today, so come for free lunch and learn more. So if you're interested, particularly grabs your attention, say, wow, I better go to the luncheon at 12:30. Okay? Cool? There you go. Let's give her a round of applause and give the warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. I just want to thank.
You don't have to be back there. You can be in there.
Oh, okay.
All
Just
right.
want to be close to the computer.
You were looking like you had to be back there.
It's a little safe behind here.
Oh, okay, there you go.
We've never presented to a group of students and this large, so just bear with us. And
We're excited too, though.
I'm the only large one, actually.
large out, large here. But thank you, Dr. Litz, Cody, Dr. Springfield, and Lainey for having us here today. We're super excited because we've never really been to a college outside of San Antonio to visit and really speak to you guys about our program, and so we're really thankful to be recruiting. Kind of just
You said you would take questions as we go along, too, is that right?
yes, feel free to interrupt. Ask any questions you'd like. We want to keep it interactive because we all know it's hard. I don't want to hear myself talk all the time, so please do interrupt. I wanted to start off with a question. How many of you guys have done an internship? Well, awesome. How many of you guys have done an internship that has provided housing?
That's what?
Provided housing.
Ah.
Oh, interesting. Where, can I ask?
In Guthrie, Texas.
Oh, interesting. Well, I hope they provide housing. I don't know. I don't know how you find housing up there, but great. I think we all can agree that internships are an integral part of our college career and how it kind of gets us to the next step of full-time opportunities.
So tell us a little bit about where you've come from. Let me take your pedigree of how you got here and how Anna got here, where she's from. And tell them you're going to marry an Aggie. That'll help.
Okay, great. I'll start with that. I'm marrying an Aggie. I did go to school at the University of Texas at Austin. Hey, Cody told me that you guys weren't going to hit that. And I won't tell her. I'm still good. But I graduated in 2014. I have a degree in advertising. I worked a lot in the agency world. I did a lot of copywriting, content marketing, social media, all those buzzwords. Very boring. And then that was all in Houston. And then I moved to San Antonio to work at an advertising agency as a copywriter. We had a lot of local clients there that we worked on, such as Coachella. If you're familiar, those San Antonians, or maybe not, if you're familiar with Coachella. And then I kind of felt like I wasn't having a really rewarding and sustainable career. Copywriting is very exhausting and creatively exhausting, and so I was able to connect with Alexandra Fry, who's the executive director at the 80/20 Foundation. We kind of talk about goals. She really inspired me with 80/20 Foundation's mission, with Graham's mission and vision for San Antonio. And I think really yesterday was my first year anniversary here at the 80/20 Foundation, which was really exciting because I got to reflect on the things I've gotten to do, the people that I've gotten to meet, and really ultimately how important it is to have a supportive community. I feel that at the 80/20 Foundation, I feel that in San Antonio, and just the tech community in general. I think that's what makes us special. you have a seat at the table if you want to make an impact, and they're always there to help you. So that's kind of where I come from. And I'm married to Aggie.
Yeah, you are, or you're married to Aggie.
Yeah,
You
just
start
mention
everything
that,
good.
yeah.
All right, too, so just tell us just a tiny little bit, when you say tech community in downtown San Antonio, what kind of firms are there that are tech firms?
There are several. I do have a slide on that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I can name a few. We have so many different tech companies. So you can think about it from a standpoint of legal. We have a company partner who applied for a program called Innocenti Jones. They are a legal firm, but a lot of their clients are startups. A lot of the cases they deal with are about intellectual property or also small business. And then you can go to the other side where we have a company called Go Smart Solar. They are a solar renewable energy company. They just piloted a program called Big Sun Community Solar, and essentially it allows anyone really to purchase solar panels, whether you bought a house or you rented a house, as long as you're an CPS energy account holder. So you can purchase solar panels, you can move, and you'll still get those solar benefits. So they've actually hired this past summer 2 sales marketing interns for their program because they're trying to really launch it and meet their quotas. And I think it's a great program. I think they're a great company, but you can kind of see the difference between legal and then just renewable energy. And then you'll have other small businesses like Tim the Girl, which is a catering business, and The Good Kind, which is a local restaurant in San Antonio. Jungle Disc, which is a cybersecurity company. They are not necessarily a startup, but they've been with us since year 1. We started in 2016, and they've had interns from year 1 to year 4 now. And they've also hired the most interns, which is 9. And we definitely had that learning lesson of 9 is a little bit too much. So we capped it off at 5 or 6. They convinced us to hire a 6th intern. But they are a cybersecurity company, and we also have William Brew. They are a startup. It is a pet care subscription service dedicated to, really customizing a plan for your pet. So if they're having anxiety problems, if they're having muscle issues, if their fur isn't as fluffy as it should be, they have a quiz that you take for your pet, and then every month they deliver a subscription package to your friend, your pet. Those are a few of the companies that we've had applying to the program this past year, and I feel like it's a pretty good diverse set, and you never really know, and that's kind of the goal for Students Plus Startups. I think that high exposure is such a key element to our program, and we'll discuss that later and how you kind of get to know a lot of the companies very quickly.
Yeah, you got to tell us something about you. We're going to do that.
Yeah, I would love to. So I am originally from upstate New York, Ithaca, New York, here in Cornell University. That's our only claim to fame. I am a recent graduate from the University of South Carolina and found myself in San Antonio about 2 months ago, starting my first job post-graduation at the 80/20 Foundation. Moving in August in San Antonio did not scare me away heat-wise, so things are going well. Very excited to share this program with you. I think if I had the option to go back in undergrad and learn about students and startups, it's definitely a program I wish I knew about, and it's really cool for me to think that now I'm helping to build an the dream internship program that I like to be.
Why don't you tell them why you moved out away from upstate New York?
It doesn't snow in South Carolina or Texas, as far as I know.
That's not once every 10 years.
I was in South Carolina for the 100-year flood, so my
100-year
mother
flood, you lived through that. Oh, okay.
it was a very exciting time. School was canceled. That was the exciting part.
Well, I don't want to wreck the party. I think it's fun to find out where you are, how you have to get to working with a thing like Students Startups 2020. And, these are one of the years where we're from San Antonio originally. That's what it's cool, I think. the excitement that Graham Western has generated in San Antonio to start recruiting young people from around the country. Tell me about what's going on in San Antonio. A lot of fun stuff, right, happening.
Brady, Sweden. I know we asked this question previously,
Oh, sorry.
but San Antonio. Can I get another raise of hands?
Have you been there?
Okay.
Wow, that's very,
This is encouraging.
very much. So have you guys been to downtown San Antonio lately? Been seeing the Cross Tower, and we have a Royalty Grocery now, and we're getting a burger joint on the corner, right across the street from Geekdom. It's really growing. When people call it the city on the rise, it's very cheesy, but it's very true. I think a big sign that you can see here in College Station, but also anywhere that you know that there's growth is those cranes. Very annoying, but a big sign that we are growing. So we'll just jump right into the program. So Students with Stars is not your average internship.
That's what we pride ourselves on. But so who we are, Students Plus Startups is a 10-week paid summer internship program that connects talented undergraduates with local startups and businesses right in downtown San Antonio. 80/20 Foundation and Geekdom is a partnership between the two that helps us put on the program during the summer.
So kind of backtracking a little bit of our history and vision, how we kind of got started. We started in the summer of 2016. We had about 13 companies, and then we had 15 students who worked with those 15 companies. And then, so our first 3 years, we only actually admitted in Trinity University students, and the reason for that is we really wanted to hone and craft the program for it to be a success and make sure that we were confident in the program. And then this past summer was our first year when we launched it nationwide. So any student from attending a U.S. college or university was eligible to apply as long as you're an undergrad. And so we saw 69 students go through our program, and they all worked at 39 different companies. We had a handful of students who were out of state, who attended Columbia University, St. Louis College, and then we had a lot of Texas-based universities such as UT Dallas, Texas Tech, UTSA. We had a lot of UTSA students, and then Trinity as well, just because they really know our program, and so obviously about 60% of Trinity students, and then 40% of non-Trinity students.
Let me just interject. Graham Weston believes in spending his money to do things that are transformational. And so as soon as you start something like this, he will be asking you in the first 2 or 3 years, okay, how are you going to ramp this program up? How are you going to do it for a lot more people? So them moving from 61 students to 69 to 100 would be something that he would at least, I guess, demand probably, right? I mean, he really wants things to be able to be ramped up.
Graham's goal is actually 500
500.
students. We believe that maybe that's a little bit too much to have a personal touch, and so internally, our goal, I think, is 250, because I think it's large enough to kind of have an expansive group, but I think just small enough to kind of still be able to know everyone's name, be highly involved, because we give every student a phone call as part of the application process just to get to know you a little bit better, what you're interested in, and really we strive to work really hard to connect you guys with the right startup. It ultimately does come down to you guys and the relationship between you and the company, but the company comes back to us and they say, I don't know, I lost out on my first pick, I don't know who to go to, I don't know if I'll continue and hire an intern. Our team will go back, look through all of the applications, try to remember all of the phone conversations that we have, and really present them with a personalized list of students that we really think that they should interview and hire. And we've seen success in that, so we want to keep it small/large enough to still be able to do that. We are a very small company.
So what you were going to call 100 people? 250.
So this past year, we had 250 applications. We called all the students between 5 people, and it has a goal for 516, which is double the amount of applications this past And then just kind of go over our mission. I think that it really stems from, I think companies are always looking for young talent. I think it also propels them to hire them on full time. I really do think that an internship is kind of like a grooming process. It's kind of like a trial period. Do they see you being a part of their company? Can you prove yourself? And I think when you have that good experience, that possibility is so much higher. And so that's really the mission that we have, is ensuring that we are bringing these students who are highly talented, they are hustlers, they are proactive, to companies that are, you know, a little bit smaller, but they truly do, they really are a champion of our program. They really make sure that you have a good experience, and I think when you guys have that mutual experience, it's just an opportunity for you to get a full-time position, and then for you to stay or move to San Antonio, and that really accomplishes our mission vision of a whole.
So our student benefits, if you are vetted into the program and hence do an internship with Students Plus Startups, you have a bi-weekly stipend. You'll get a $325 scholarship on completion of the program to put toward your tuition. You get free housing in downtown San Antonio, which is very exciting. I don't quite live in downtown San Antonio, but I would love to. A free econ co-working space, which is what Dr. was talking about, and that's where most of
we do have a lot of companies that work out of UDEM, so I think it's great because in the summer you're not only working in a co-working space, but you're also seeing a lot of other interns who are also working at the other companies. It just creates
cohort experience.
Exactly.
Real world experience and exclusive networking opportunities. We have a lot of networking opportunities, parties between all the interns and all the companies. I think being a now recent graduate, networking is so important during undergrad. That would be my #1 tip for anyone. But so, if you do Students Plus Startups, you have these exclusive opportunities.
And then just to get to the nitty-gritty of how it works in the application process, and you'll also hear it from me again when you speak on the phone. But right now, applications are open for students and startups, just like you guys as startups have to apply into the program. We really want to make sure that whoever is hiring you is not asking you to run copy or organize files. We want you guys to be really taking something away from it, whether that's stats on how successful you are, whether that's creating a marketing strategy, whether that's increasing portfolio items, or just really expanding your network. However that looks is really what we're looking for in a startup, in a local business, and so they have to apply just like you guys. And then our official deadline is January 21st. It's closed for students and startups. We do get a lot of students who apply the day before. I don't recommend that, but I also understand and am happy to wait for those applications. And then our team kind of gets together internally. We talk about the students. We vet students based on company needs. So, for example, this past year, we saw a lot of our companies who needed sales, communications, marketing students, and so we really vetted in more business students in than, for example, computer science or finance. It really varies on how many companies apply in and what they're looking for. Year to year, it changes, but we have kind of seen an increase of needs for marketing, content creation, and sales. And so after that, we will vet students based on company needs, and then if you are vetted into the program, you will receive a booklet of all of our companies that are participating. It's a one-pager of how big their team is, how old they are, where is their physical office, their website, a little spiel about what makes them unique, and then what kind of intern they're looking for. And then the companies will receive a booklet of all of you guys, organized by major, a little bio, headshot, LinkedIn URL, just to put a name to the face, and then you'll kind of get a little bit of time to review, and then we'll ask you, from memory, what are your top 10 companies that you want to interview with? And then we'll go back and we'll say, hey, jumble this, what are the top 10 students that you want to interview with? We'll collect all of those results, we'll collect all of your resumes, all the job descriptions, we dump it into an algorithm, and it shoots out results for a schedule for an event called Speed Interview Night, which happens in February. It'll be a little bit different for you guys because you guys are out of San Antonio, but we've had students call in and video conference in, so I don't think that we'll really hedge your advantage. It just, we have networking before, we have networking after, and then in between is exactly what it sounds like, Speed Interview Night. You interview with 4 to 5 different companies, 7 to 10 minute interviews each, and then companies are actually interviewing students back to back, so they do 8 students. And then, so that's when I'm talking about high exposure to companies. You might interview with a company that maybe you didn't pick, but maybe it was a good fit based on keywords. Maybe you get to interview with all the companies, but also say that you get to interview with 4 to 5, which I think is a lot in one evening. And then after Speed Interview Night, we give about 4 weeks for formal interviews. That's when companies reach out to you and they say, hey, I had a great time at Speed Interview Night. I want to further a discussion. Maybe it's a company that didn't get an interview with you, but you were one of their top picks. And then we really encourage for you guys to reach out to companies as well, saying, hey, Go Smart Solar, I really like what you guys are doing. I really would like to have a discussion, or I'm really interested in your company. Can I schedule an interview with you guys? And after about those 4 weeks are over, you kind of have an idea of offers and such. And then at the end of those 4 weeks, offers are extended. And then we go into the fun stuff, paperwork, housing, etc. And then we get ready for student orientation, which is done by our team.
Can you back up one slide?
Sure.
Tell them something about Lorenzo. I see his picture up there. Anybody who's read his book? How many of you read Lorenzo's book? Yeah.
His new book?
Yeah, not his new book. He just came in the mail 2 to 3 days ago. I just read the first chapter.
He just came out with a new book as well.
Have you read it?
It's also in my mailbox.
It's on my box. I'm just trying to read it. Tell them about Lorenzo. He's interesting.
Lorenzo, he is interesting. He is the chair of the 80/20 Foundation. He is an author. He has a podcast. He's the CEO of Geekdom Media, which is the company that publishes podcasts such as Strengths Finder or Obey Your Strengths with Kathy Kirsten, who is a strengths certified coach. He was a former CEO of Geekdom. He worked at Rackspace, and that's how we met Karen Weston. Prior to that, fun fact, he worked at Gateway Computers. He's a really fun guy. He's a really, truly a great storyteller. A visionary. I think he's done a lot for the community, and he's so supportive, and we're really glad to have him as our chair.
Fun guy. He said he's never wanted to wear long. He never works anywhere where he has to wear long pants.
Oh yeah, he will never. You will never see him in pants. In the dead of winter, he'll still wear shorts.
It's just his deal. He says, I don't work in a company anyway, wear short. Looks like we kind of picked up a couple of questions already. If you want to
Would you say that most people get with the company that they desire
Before the interview.
like going into the program, say they wanted to go with a certain company?
Oh.
Top 5 list.
Oh, I see.
Would they get one of those?
So I think, so I don't have a hard number on that, but I think you'll find students who do have that experience where they had a company as their first pick, or they were interested in this company and they ended up getting an offer. And then I think you'll have another group of students who, kind of had an idea of what they wanted, but then were exploring their options. And at Speed Interview Night, they met a founder of a company that they kind of overlooked and kind of made a connection with, and they might pursue that and get an offer there. It really depends.
I have to say, she mentioned Kathy Kirsten's in Wandering By. By the way, she's the one that sat down in this class and talked to the boy that was sitting beside her. He says, always be careful who you sit by. She ever told the story? She says, be careful who you sit by in class, because now he's my husband and we have 3 children together. So it's always funny when she mentions, be careful who you sit by. You never know. Talk to somebody. They just like fell in love when they sit down and are married and been married for a long time. But you know how well, you know anything about Kathy Kirsten? She was the one that went and took StrengthsFinder, and fell in love with StrengthsFinder and became a certified instructor like Cody is. And one of the things she did while she was at Income is that Rackspace is every person that was there had these 4 of their top 5 was on their name badge. So when you saw somebody that's name was Isaac, it also said their top 5. Okay? So if you came along and met Madison as hi Madison, you look, oh, Harmony, okay? So you see that's one of her top 5 or number 1 is. And so it's kind of interesting because Kathy did that ubiquitously across all of the people that work for Deacon. You had it on your door, by the way, if you had an office on the door, it had your names, but it also had 5 strengths. When you walked in, you know who it was and what kind of person you're talking to. So when you put your name tag up, like you would every time, all right, if people notice who you are, they also say, what's something special about you? Cool. All right. So I'm just going to say that's what Kathy Kirsten's like the was. She did it for all through Deacon.
She taught a workshop for our students this past summer. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, your interns use StrengthsFinder?
So in the past, yes. So all the students were kind of, whether or not you were in Trinity, enrolled in Trinity, a little complicated, but all Trinity students were able to take their StrengthsFinder. And I think it is really important to those companies because a lot of them are former rackers, and they all do have their top 5 strengths on their computer screen. So I would highly recommend if you are applying to a program and you have your resume that you do add that somewhere to it because I think it does. Yeah.
Did you say that a big number of your students end up working for the company they intern with?
Yeah, a lot of our students, I think we haven't gotten the data from 2019, but in our past years, I think an average about 63% of students, whether that is a part-time position continuing into the fall or also being hired on full-time. It kind of depends on where you are at in school, but more often than not, the company offering part-time positions, and that's really ultimately depending on the student schedule, which is why we recommend those companies having those conversations early, because I know you guys sign up for classes pretty early on in the semester, and so when you guys are working during the summer with that company, you kind of already have a fall schedule set, and so kind of keeping that in mind and encourage you guys to also bring up that conversation of is there a possibility for me to have part-time work, that really kind of sets the stage. Really briefly, the internship period in program, May 27th is the first day of internship. The third week of June, we really have our midsummer party where we reach out to our company partners as well as students. And we really want to highlight the city, which is a part of our program as well, just to highlight downtown San Antonio, what is fun about San Antonio and highlighting somewhere local. Also, kind of in between June, we do coffee check-ins with all of our students just to make sure that you guys are having a good experience at your internships. What are your challenges? We always have an open door policy. And we also check in with the companies to make sure that they are also happy with what you guys are doing or if they have any feedback for us for our program. And then the last day is August 6th and the end of the year party is the following day. And then here are kind of our 2019 stats. As I mentioned, we had 258 student applications. We started 120 into the program for 90 potential internship positions, which came down to 69. And the reason we kind of saw that drop off is time that was spent for the companies. Some companies kind of pivoted, wanted to start hiring full time. Some companies ended up just not having the budget at the end, right before the summer. So you really don't commit as a company to the program until you find a perfect fit. So we kind of saw that, and then from the 258, we saw 24 different colleges and universities represented, and then we had 39 partner companies this year. We hope to increase this to 50 partner companies, placed 90 intern positions, and let's make that goal. And then here's my lovely side got a few examples of our partner companies. It does vary year to year, and it's very diverse. I think when Dr. Woods was talking about Graham trying to hire that person from California, That was Lee Norman, who's the CEO of ScaleWorks. He is also an Aggie, but essentially that company, ScaleWorks, acquires other companies. They kind of rip out the senior leadership, and what it kind of alludes to is they try to scale companies, scale the businesses. All the companies that they acquire under their portfolio move to San Antonio, so it really just boosts the density in downtown, and then also just, I think, it gives more opportunities to students like you guys. Any questions? A brief summary of what startup life is like, because I'm sure that you're a little bit curious. Has anyone worked at a startup? Great. Maybe you can agree to this, maybe you don't disagree, let me know. You must be comfortable wearing different hats. You know, they are often small teams, you're often working with the founder or maybe like 3 other people. Which goes to the next question. The team could be 5, it could be 1 person, it really depends. So whether you are, I think like you are very much beyond your major, which is why we kind of encourage all majors to apply. We had a student who was an anthropology major end up working for a social impact co-working space, and she ended up continuing on her internship and working part-time. And so you kind of never really know how you're going to end up and where your career will lead you. So be very flexible and open-minded. You'll meet a lot of people through the startup community. I think a lot of our company partners are very intentional. They really try to set you up to meet new people, especially if you express interest in a certain role or field. We had a student who interned with Innocenti Jones, a legal firm. She didn't know she wanted to be a lawyer, and so David Jones, our company partner, set her up with meetings with other lawyers to kind of talk about their journey, how they figured out whether or not they wanted to go to law school, and kind of help guide her into making a better decision. You get to take ownership of this project. I know, is there anyone who's like a computer science major in here? Okay, I didn't know. But for example, we had a company that asked for the student to make a chatbot, and they were successfully created a chatbot. And so, you know, going into their next interview, they could say, I created this, they could show it, just tangible things. Startup field trip, really quick, just getting to, again, high exposure, getting to know where your fellow interns are working, getting to know the other company partners, expanding your network ultimately is the goal here. And then you may or may not be asked to play ping pong.
Oh, come on, you got to say a little bit more about ping pong. Tell them a little bit more about Geekdom. I mean, what's the company, but what's Geekdom like?
Yeah, so Geekdom is our sister company, founded by Nick Montano and Graham Weston. It's a huge co-working space right in the heart of downtown. Like Dr. Lewis mentioned, it's restored, historic building. It's very beautiful. You have floors where there are office spaces, but then you have floors that are collaborative co-working spaces, so very open concept. You know, you might be working next to another intern at a company, you might be working next to a CEO, you might be working next to me, I don't know, it really depends on the day. And in their basement that they have now, they have a ping pong table, but they've always had one, and actually this past summer they had a ping pong tournament. So your entry, I believe, is like donating school supplies, and they had a bracket of people who played ping pong, and you would see people before the tournament down there practicing their game, and it's just a nice perk. I think ping pong is just a stress relief. You find yourself down in the basement next summer playing ping pong with your fellow intern.
Just might be challenged for ping pong game, you never know. Now, not if you want to play ping pong or not, that's not the point, but the point is it tells you something about what the culture is like, okay? When I go over there and visit, go up and down and meet people, I can't sleep for about 2 days. I mean, it just gets you so excited. Makes me want to be young so much. You all have so many opportunities. You cannot believe what it's like. So it's a really exciting place just to be around. I just love it. I have not got a chance to a ping pong game yet, but it's one thing.
There's a lot of programming that happens. I also, for example, participated in the elevator pitch competition where there's actually cash prizes. And it sounds exactly like what it is. You write from floor 1 to floor 8 and you pitch your idea, your business. There's a guest judge. They ask you questions and they judge you based on your pitch.
Do you have any companies related to agriculture?
Great question. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of any.
Isn't there a drone company that does things with agriculture? Isn't that the good drone company? Is there a drone?
There is a drone
They
company.
do some things with feedlots and with diseases and plants and things like feedlot. That's a better plan.
Okay, we'll have to look them up. But I can't remember if there's like a specific one. And then here are a couple of
Kind of just going off that, how often would it take it? I was pretty sure almost everyone in there is an ag major at some point,
right.
at some degree. How often do you get ag majors to apply or
Yeah, so this will be our first time giving ag majors and also aggies to the application pool. I think that's going to make it pretty interesting and also very competitive, which I think then lends to the whole application pool, the whole, and just make it a more competitive process. So it'll be the first time you
Well, this is you were the first Aggies that have sort of pitched to it all, so that's why I'm excited.
Yeah, just real quick, by what year does Mr. Wesley expect to see 500 place students?
Oh, great question.
You don't know, Graham, yesterday. That's kind of him. How about yesterday?
Sooner rather than later. I don't remember if there was a year stuck on that, but if we are growing at the rate we are hoping to, I would imagine between 5 and 10. It really will depend. So it's like chicken and the egg situation, right? To get to 500, we also need those startup companies to also, demand and have those jobs. So anything can happen in the startup world. But that's kind of
I don't want to make Graham Weston seem like a bad person. It's just he's always dreaming about how do you scale things up. So I called him one day and said, okay, I can tell you, we got 100 people in the ag food program who signed on to get the minor and put it on their degree program. So, okay, good. When do you think you can find them? I go, we're celebrating 100 right now. he's always startup mode. Let's go. Let's move on. I love it.
Yeah, have any of these startups failed?
Have any of these startups failed? So I want to say yes, and which is the reason why year to year we'll see a different portfolio of companies, because we'll see drop off whether they do lose funding or they do get acquired. It really depends, but we won't have a failed startup, I guess, if that makes sense, applying to the program.
And what happens to the employees once, or if that fails? Do they get relocated to another startup, or are they just out of luck?
Oh, are you talking about the interns?
Yeah.
So we've never had a situation where that happens. If it does, then we will address the situation. But you, kind of like I said, we really vet the companies in just like we vet the students. We really want to make sure that they can take on you guys before they employ you.
Just got to remind you, when you're in the startup world, and I'm not real, all I know is Graham Weston. So would you call it Graham Weston's startup failure? He started up Rackspace, lasted 8 years, and then he failed because he sold it for $3.4 billion. See what I mean? So when you say fail in a startup, sometimes that means somebody else gobbles them up. They get sold. Sometimes they have to close the door. Sometimes they say, the concept we were trying to do, the idea we had really isn't, you can't scale it up. It's cool for 1 or 2. It might be cool for 10, but if you really try to scale it up to a nationwide company, it's not going to work. So sometimes they shut down. And startups sometimes fail, but in the startup world, failure is not always closing your doors. Failure is a lot defined as you got to be careful because they're gone for lots of different reasons. So Weston would have been a failure to start up because he sold his company out for a couple $1 billion instead of like you could.
Yeah. How do you stay competitive in such a diverse applicant pool?
As
an intern.
I think the biggest feedback that we get from companies is preparedness, especially during speed interview night. I know it may or may not seem like a quick turnaround, but I think really when you come to speed interview night, being prepared with knowing what the company does, expressing interest will really set you apart from other students, because there will be some of those students who come less prepared. So that really makes a difference.
So you just opened this up to nationwide for universities. Are you guys ever considering opening up like companies like innovation wise, or are you just keeping it all in San Antonio?
So we keep it in San Antonio because that's really the mission of Students Equal Starts as well as the UV Talent Foundation, really just to attract and retain young talent in San Antonio. So just stick to this mission.
Maybe you said that, I don't remember, but I mean, you said like coaches and stuff, so is it usually just Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, or is it like on weekends or you traveling?
Yeah, so generally, most of it is 40 hours a week, 10 weeks, between 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. We really encourage you guys to ask those questions from these companies, but pretty much on site, and those field trips kind of happen during the day, especially if you're at Keystone. They're just, a floor away, up or down, or down the street.
That's a cool question for a startup. Startup may start today and go till Thursday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's not typical, but I'm just saying startups are crazy. We got about 3 or 4 minutes left. I'm sorry.
No, thank you so much for all of your great questions. I mean, these are a few of our student testimonials. Both of them had been offered part-time positions. Rebecca here was offered full-time position after she graduated. Kristen is still at Kodak, which is education in the education industry. And we have an FAQ, but you guys can all see that on our website. And then this is kind of our contact information if you have any questions. Feel free to shoot us an email or come to our luncheon.
So the luncheon's today at 12:30 in room 209, right, Lenny?
Right.
Room 209 today. Be sure to make it now. Real couple of minutes. We have about 3 minutes left. First of all, I want to just thank them, so give them a round of applause.